How does a coach embrace uncertainty? Right now around the world, we're going through some challenging times, and so I really think that the education around this matters more now than it ever has. So how we manage uncertainty really comes down to not necessarily just how good are you at controlling the outside world, which is a bit of a challenge, and there's a lot of things outside of our control. It actually comes down to how good are you at controlling your internal state. How great are you at managing yourself? And really what I'm talking about is how good are you at managing your emotional world? Now, before we get into this, and I'll share with you the 3 things you can do to be able to improve our emotional world so we can move through challenges and get back to peace and joy as fast as we can. Let's appreciate that we're generally not taught anything about this. And so you have to do self-education to learn about what I'm talking about. I think it's crazy that it's not taught in schools, but that's a whole other conversation. So first of all, it is understanding that our emotional experience is a normal experience. This is the first part of how to manage our stuff inside so we can feel even more certainty and even more control inside, which means we'll have more control outside. That's where we're heading. Emotions are normal. Now, a lot of us are taught some really bad information about emotions. We learned that only women feel emotion and men don't feel, and which is nuts. And only women feel this and only men feel that, and you're too sensitive and get on with it and move on, and all of these crazy and horribly negative ideas that most of us have been taught as just that is what it is and it's what you learn when you grow up. These things destroy our ability to feel peace, to feel calm, and to feel certain. They destroy it. So we need to first of all get rid of all that old information and look at the facts. One of the facts is that you are an emotional being. Now, yes, everyone experiences emotions at different levels. I totally get that. Although everyone is emotional. You are purely emotional. You were born crying, everyone. Now, people sometimes disconnect from their emotions as a result of going through major events. I totally understand that. That's a whole other video. But for now, we all have emotions, and emotions are normal. So let's remove the shame around, I'm feeling something right now, and then reconnect with the facts that if you're feeling stuff, that means you're alive. Good on you for being alive, and it's awesome that you have emotions. It's great to be in touch with them. The second thing is this, is we wanted to move into a space with our emotions where we stop pushing them away and we allow them to exist inside our body. Now, one of the interesting things about emotions is they come and they go. You'll be walking down the street and all of a sudden, memory pops up and boom, you've got an emotion straight away that you didn't plan for. Or someone says something and automatically, bang, you've got an emotion straight away. So emotions come up with no warning whatsoever, and then they actually just go away. Now, they go away if you let them go away. One of the things that we can become really great at, which is actually kind of negative and we want to avoid it, is trapping emotions inside the body through repressing them. If you repress an emotion, you will keep it to the best of your ability. Now, it can't stay forever, but it might stay for quite a long time. Whatever you resist persists. So if you push it away, it stays inside the body. So say, for example, you have sadness come up and you go, well, I don't want to get sad. I'm not a person who gets sad. That sadness is going to stay with you for much, much, much longer than it would if you said, I'm sad right now. I'm going to allow myself to feel sad. You feel the sadness leaves the body. Emotions are not designed to be living and stored inside the body. They're designed to be felt and then they go. They pass through us. And this is one of the keys of building what's called emotional resilience. When we have emotional resilience, we have internal resilience, we have certainty. Right? As a person, it's this feeling of like, all right, there's some crazy stuff happening in the world out there, but I've got this. I can handle it. Because if I can handle my crazy stuff, if I can handle my emotions, I can handle other people's stuff. That's where we want to be. But when we don't feel our own emotions, we become overly sensitive all the time. Someone could say, you know what, I don't like your shoes. And you're like, oh my God. You feel overly sensitive about the tiniest little thing because you're not used to feeling your emotions. Most of us are like this. Until we start doing this education, start doing this work, start learning how to embrace what we're feeling, the sensitivity goes away and it's replaced with empowerment and confidence and certainty, and we're still in touch with our emotions, which is key. The third part of this is to know that emotions are simply energy moving through the body. And we don't need to get so wrapped up in what they mean all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, emotions are communication. So sometimes emotions are going to tell us things. And we go, you know what? I don't want to go over there. Our emotions told us this. Or you know what? That food's not right for me. Emotions can tell you that. That's powerful information. Although sometimes you'll feel something, maybe you feel nervous about something, maybe you don't know why. That's okay. You don't have to figure it out all the time. Just feel it. Allow it to move through you. Energy passing through the body. Now, when we start to have this mindset, we stop making emotions into such a big deal. It's not a big deal to be sad. It's not a big deal to be angry. If we learn how to manage our anger, we don't have to turn it outwards. We can just feel it and allow it to pass through the body. We can do the same thing with anxiety and nervousness and all of the emotions that a lot of people don't like feeling. We can learn how to feel them. Now, when we practice feeling our emotions, what happens is we learn that we can handle them. And when we can handle any emotional disturbance, this is a practice, by the way, it's a journey to get there. When we get to that point where we know, you know what, I can handle this. I can handle this emotion. I'm going to allow it to go through me. Yes, I'm nervous and I'm allowing the nervous to move through me. I'm going to feel it and I'm going to let it go. Then emotions no longer become a problem. And when emotions are no longer a problem, a lot of what happens outside is no longer a problem because you know you can handle it. You start to develop this deep inner certainty. And that is the goal here. Now, if you've loved the sound of this and if you've resonated with it in any way, shape or form, I want to encourage you to learn more about this. All you need to do is go ahead and click the link below. You'll head over to another page where I'd love to tell you about a live global broadcast we're running, where we're going to talk more about ideas like this and how we can bring them into our own lives and how we can share them with others to be able to help other people enrich and educate themselves so we can all live a life full of more passion, purpose, and fulfillment. Go ahead and click the link below, and I trust I'll see you on the other side.